धरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। तत्वोपदेश श्लोक 2. Read each quarter and you can repeat with your microphones off. न त्वं देहोऽसि दृश्यत्वात् उपजात्यादिमत्वतः भौतिकत्वादशुद्धत्वात् अनित्यत्वात् तथैव च। In the last session, we were looking into this shloka, and this shloka gives 5 reasons to establish that body is anatma, body is non-self. Atma is the essential nature of an individual. Your true self, your true nature is Atma. We are trying to understand what is Atma. About the nature of Atma, people have confusion. The ordinary people have confusion. Even the philosophers. There are many philosophers. Even they are confused about the nature of Atma. What is Atma? Who am I? There are confusions. In India, we had many schools of thoughts known as Darshana. Each Darshana has its own idea of Atma. First of all, we can take a philosopher called Charvaka. Charvaka Darshana. According to Charvaka, one type of Charvaka, even Charvakas are there are a few schools of Charvaka. One school of Charvaka believes body is Atma. The physical body, the Sthula Sharira is Atma. It is called Dehatmavada. Deha, the Sthula Sharira, is Atma. This is his contention. And now the author, the Vedanti, is refuting his contention. Deha is not Atma. Deha Anatma. The body is Anatma. To establish this fact, the author is putting forward a logic. This logic is called Anumana. Anumana is a particular type of logical reasoning that we use extensively in Vedanta Shastra. There is a way of Anumana. The Anumana has three parts. The first part is called Pratijna. Second part is called Hetu. And the third part is called Udaharanam or Drishtanta. Example: Pratijna, Hetu and Udaharanam. These are basics of philosophical discussion. That is why I am taking a slight diversion to introduce these things. I am trying to make it as simple as possible. The first part, Pratijna, it is an opening statement, a premise. In Pratijna, you make a statement which you are going to establish later on. Let us take an example. There is fire in the mountain. This is what you have to establish. You make a statement. There is fire in the mountain. Parvato vanhiman. Parvataha means mountain. Vanhiman, it has fire. This is pratigna. And the pratigna itself consists of two parts. Within pratigna, there are two parts. The first part is called pakshaha. Paksha is the locus where you have to prove something. In this pratigna, Parvato Vanhiman, Parvataha is paksha. It is the locus of our contention. The second part in the pratigna is called sadhya. What you want to prove, what you are intending to prove, is called sadhya. Vanhi, fire, is the sadhya in this example. Parvato vanhiman. Parvata is paksha and vanhiman, vanhimatva or vanhi, it is sadhya. Because you want to prove that the mountain has fire. The fire is not visible, but you want to prove that there is fire. How can you prove? You have to give a hetu, a reason. You give a reason. Hetu, dhoomavatvat, because there is smoke. Smoke is visible. The smoke serves as a hetu, a reason. Just giving a reason is not enough. A hetu is not enough. There is another part of it. The third part. It is called drishtanta or udaharanam, example. Example is a locus where you have found the coexistence of hetu and sadhya. In this context, the example, the udaharanam, is Mahanasam, the kitchen, not the present day kitchen, olden kitchen. There cannot be smoke without fire. There is fire and there is smoke in the kitchen. So Mahanasam is the udaharanam. So these are the three components of an Anumana: Pratijna, Hetu and Udaharanam. And Pratijna has two parts: Paksha and Sadhya. I hope it is clear. Now, in this shloka also, the author is putting forward an Anumana. What is the Anumana? Dehaha Anatma. Dehaha means body. It is Paksha. Dehaha is Paksha. Because that is where you are going to prove Anatmatva is a difference from Atma. Anatma, it is Sadhya. You are proving Anatmatva. Therefore, it is Sadhya. What is the Hetu? There are 5 Hetus. With each Hetu, you can count one Anumana. One Hetu makes one inference. Anumana is called inference. That is how we translate the word Anumana. Inference. So we have 5 Hetus in this shloka. And for all 5 Hetus, we can give one example, one Drishtanta. Ghatavat, like pot, or Patavat, like cloth, any object can be given as a Drishtanta here. So what are the Hetus? Drishyatvat. This is one Hetu. Another Hetu, Upajatyadimatvataha. It has birth, etc. We have discussed these 2 Hetus. Now the third Hetu, Bhautikatvat. It is Bhautika. Bhutanam Vikaraha. Bhautikam. It is a composition of 5 elements. There are 5 bhutas. Bhuta means element. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jala and Prithvi. Space, air, fire, water and earth. 5 bhutas. This body is Bhautika. It is made of 5 elements. Even among 5 elements, one element is predominant. That is earth. Prithvi is predominant. Because this body is made of food. and the food comes from earth. Therefore, it is mainly Prithvi, though it contains 5 elements. That is why it is called Parthiva Sharira. Parthiva. Prithivyaha Vikaraha Parthivam. It is a product of earth. Bhautikatvat. This is third Hetu. And Hetu number 4, Ashuddhatvat. Body is Ashuddha, impure. What is impure? If a substance is contaminated by another substance, if a substance is mixed with another substance, you cannot call it pure. Even with gold, it is true. Pure gold. You cannot wear pure gold. 24 karat gold. It is not hard enough to wear. That is why they mix up impure gold, Ashuddha gold. All of you are wearing Ashuddha gold, impure gold, because it is mixed up with the copper. Likewise, the body is also a mixture of various components. Therefore, it is Ashuddha. It is not one homogeneous substance. Even from the point of 5 elements, it is Ashuddha. It is not pure earth. It has water also. It has fire also. That is why there is heat. It has space also. That is why the body has size. And inside the body there is space. That is why we are able to eat and breathe. So all 5 elements, and definitely Vayu, air. It is not one pure homogeneous substance. Therefore Ashuddha. Even from the standpoint of 5 elements, it is Ashuddha. And then even from the standpoint of tissues, it is Ashuddha. The body is made of many tissues. According to Ayurveda, according to Indian biology, Indian anatomy, the body is made of 7 tissues. They are called dhatu. There are 7 dhatus in this body. Sapta dhatavaha. Tvat, charma, mamsa, rakta, medaha, asthi and majja. Sorry, I think I repeated Tvak and Charma. There is another list. त्वक् मांस रुधिर स्नायु मेदः मज्जा and asthi. These are 7 dhatus. Tvang mamsa rudhira snayu medo majjasthi sankulam. Tvak means skin, mamsa flesh, rudhira or rakta blood, snayu muscles, medaha fat, majja bone marrow, and asthi bone. 7 dhatus, 7 tissues. Therefore also ashuddha. And in addition to that, there are so many waste materials. Purnam mutra purishabhyam. It has mutra and purisha, urine and stool. Therefore, in Viveka Chudamani, Shankaracharya says, Sthulam nindyamidam vapuhu. This vapuhu, this sharira, is nindyam. It is disgusting. Everyone who has operated or dissected the body knows how filthy the body is. You can ask the doctors who have dissected the body. Ashuddham, ashuddhatvat. It is another hetu. Anityatvat tathaiva cha. 5th hetu, anityatvat. The body is anityam, impermanent. Limited in time. Therefore anitya, therefore anatma. Ghatavat or patavat. Let's go to next shloka. Shloka 3. I will chant half lines. Please follow with the microphones off. Adrishyo rupahinastvam jatihinopyabhautikaha shuddha nityosi dragrupo घटो यद्वन्न दृग्भवेत् The relevance of this shloka can be understood in 2 ways. It needs some explanation. We have seen Anumana in the previous shloka. Dehaha anatma. And to the Anumana, we have given hetu, 5 hetus. Now, These hetu, if any of the hetu is present in a locus without sadhya, that means in a particular locus the hetu is present but sadhya is not present. In other words, the hetu does not coexist with the sadhya in any particular locus. Then the hetu becomes fallacious. It will become a fallacious hetu. Such hetus are called vyabhichari hetu. A hetu which sometimes exists without the presence of sadhya is called vyabhichari hetu. A vyabhichari hetu cannot establish a sadhya in the paksha. Therefore, an anumana with the vyabhichari hetu is incorrect. Now, in this anumana, dehaha anatma, we have given hetu, drishyatvat. Now, there are places where this sadhya may not exist. A locus where the sadhya does not exist. Can you tell me one locus where this sadhya does not exist? The sadhya, anatma, does not exist. What is the locus? It is Atma. In Atma, this sadhya, anatma cannot exist. Now, Purva Pakshi may say, we have to introduce a Purva Pakshi. The Purva Pakshi is Charvaka, whom we are contending now. The Purva Pakshi may say that in Atma, where the sadhya does not exist, these hetus do exist. Therefore, your hetu is vyabhichari, fallacious. Therefore, your anumana is incorrect. The Purva Pakshi can say this. As an answer to this objection, Siddhanti means we, all of us, the Vedantis. The Siddhanti is showing that these hetus cannot exist in Atma. All these 5 hetus which are given in Shloka 2 do not exist in Atma. If they don't exist in Atma, it means they exist only in Anatma, where the Sadhya is present. Therefore, the Anumana, the Hetu, is not Vyabhichari. The Hetu is very much valid. This is what the Siddhanti is showing in Shloka 3. Atma does not contain any of the 5 Hetus which are presented in Shloka 2. That is what he is saying now. This is one relevance of this shloka. There is another relevance also. In the previous shloka, we have established the difference of the body from the Atma. Dehaha Atma Bhinnaha. Dehaha Anatma can also be stated as Dehaha Atma Bhinnaha. Body is distinct from Atma. That is what we established in Shloka 2. Now the difference can be told the other way around also. Atma is different from body. Even with this statement, I can show the difference. You can show the difference in both ways. X is different from Y. And Y is different from X. Both should hold good. Then the difference becomes more pronounced. Sometimes X may be different from Y, but Y may not be different from X. It is possible. For example, Bangalore is India, but India is not Bangalore. Bangalore is India, but India is not Bangalore. I am in Bangalore. Instead of saying that, I can also say I am in India. Both hold good. But suppose someone says I am going to India, you cannot conclude that he is going to Bangalore. But it is not so with the body and Atma. Atma is not body and body is not Atma. Both forms of difference should hold good. So previously, the author established the difference of the body from the Atma. Sharirasya, Dehasya, Atma Bhedaha was established with some hetus. Now he is establishing the difference of the Atma from the body. Atma Deha Bhinnaha. This is the Pratijna. Atma Deha Bhinnaha. Atma is Paksha. Deha Bhinnaha. Deha Bhedaha. Distinction from the body is the Sadhya. And the hetus are given. What are the hetus? Adrishyaha. Tvam adrishyaha. Tvam. Tvam means you. You are the Atma. Your true self. That is the Paksha. Tvam is Paksha. Atma. Deha Bhinnaha is Sadhya. We have to understand. And what is the hetu? Adrishyaha. Adrishyatvat. You are not drishya. Drishya means object. Atma can never be object because it is the subject. The subject can never be object. Therefore, adrishyaha. Anatma drishyaha. You are adrishyaha. You are the seer, drik. Being drik, you are not drishya. This is one hetu. Atma deha bhinnaha adrishyatvat. In this anumana, you cannot give a drishtanta. You cannot give a positive example because there is no other thing where you can show the coexistence of sadhya and hetu. Therefore, we have to give a vyatireka drishtanta. There are two types of drishtantas. Anvaya drishtanta and vyatireka drishtanta. I think it is too much, yet let me complete. Please don't worry. Anvaya drishtanta is a positive example where you can show the coexistence of hetu and sadhya. Vyatireka drishtanta is a counter example. The counter example shows that if there is no sadhya, the hetu also will not exist. Sadhya bhave hetva bhavaha. That is established by the counter example. It is a little complex. If you think a little, you will understand. That is why I suggest, if you are really interested in understanding these things, please listen to the talk once again later on. As I repeat these things again and again, it will become simple. It is not as complex as we think now. It is simple. You will get used to it. These are like ABCDs of our philosophical discussion. So, I have not introduced these things earlier because I thought it will be too difficult at the initial stages. But now, since most of you have been listening to Vedanta for a long time, it is high time to get used to such technical way of analyzing. So, drishyatvat, adrishyaha, adrishyatvat is the hetu. And we cannot give a positive example, we have to give a counter example. The counter example can be ghatavat. In ghata, in pot, the sadhya does not exist. And the hetu also does not exist. That is how we establish this. Yeah. Atma deha bhinnaha or anatma bhinnaha adrishyatvat रूपहीनत्वात् रूपहीनस्त्वम्. You are रूपहीनः. You do not have रूपा. Rupa can be taken as color or form. This is another difference between you and body. Jatihinaha, you do not have birth. Jati means birth. Jatihina. Atma is Jatihina. And Abhautikaha. Atma is Abhautika. It is not a combination of 5 elements, not a product of various elements. Nitya Shuddha Nityosi. Shuddha and Nitya. Atma is Shuddha, without contamination, without the mixture of any other ingredient. And Nityaha, without time-wise limitation. Drigrupaha. Atma is Drik. The seer. And therefore, it cannot be the body. It is distinct from the body. Yadvat ghataha na drigbhavet. The counter example is given. Yatha ghataha drik na bhavet. The pot cannot become drik. The pot is always drishya. And being drishya, the pot cannot be Atma. Likewise, the body is also drishya. Therefore, the body also cannot be Atma. That is how the difference between body and Atma and body is established. Yeah. So, thus, with these two shlokas, Dehatmavada is refuted. Now, another Charvaka, another philosopher, he is called Indriya Atmavadi. According to him, Indriyas are Atma. The senses are Atma. Now we are refuting Indriyatmavada in the next few shlokas. I will read the shloka. You can repeat each line. Na bhavanindriyanyesham karanatvena hishrutihi prerakastvam prathak tebhyo na karta karanam bhavet. Na bhavan indriyani. Bhavan means you. Atma. Atma indriyani na. Indriyani atma na. Means indriyani anatma. Indriyas are anatma. Why indriyas are anatma? Because esham karanatvena hishrutihi. The indriyas are karana. Karana means instrument. Indriyas are instruments. The instrument cannot be the user of the instrument. For example, your pen. The pen is an instrument. Lekhani. You can sometimes say the pen writes, but the pen does not write. You write. You wield your pen. Likewise, even our eyes, ears, all senses. According to Vedanta, there are 10 senses. Dasha Indriyani. 5 senses of action and 5 senses of knowledge, and sometimes 11 senses. We can stop at 10 because manaha will be told later. The senses are karana, they are instruments. We make use of these instruments. I have to open my eyes, then I see certain things. And even if my eyes are open, I have to focus my eyes. Only when I focus the eyes, I see certain things. So I see with my eyes. Sometimes I may say, my eyes see. But it is not exactly so. I see with my eyes. They are karana. And I am their prerakaha. I am their wielder. Their impeller. So here the anumana is Indriyani anatma karanatvat kutaravat. Indriyani anatma. The senses are anatma. Why karanatvat? Because they are instruments. Kutaravat. Like a kutara, a dagger or an axe. Prerakastvam, you are the preraka, the wielder of the instruments, the impeller. And therefore, prathak tebhyaha, you are different from them. Atma indriya bhinnaha. Atma is different from the indriyas. This is another anumana. Atma indriya bhinnaha. Prerakatvat. Because Atma is preraka. Vyatirekena kutaravat. Counter example is kutara. So, prerakastvam prathak tebhyaha. You are different from them. Why? Na karta karanam bhavet. Karta. A karta. Prerakaha. Cannot become the instrument. Karanam na bhavet. The wielder of the instrument does not become instrument. There is another reason also given why Indriyas are not Atma. We will see that in the next session. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। Yeah. Namaste. Namaste. Yeah.